the name of the temple, known as, though popularly known as Tirupati Balaji, but there is also other name of the deity called Lord Venkateshwara. I repeat, it is actually Lord Venkateshwara, who is also popularly known as Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan. Lord Venkateshwara is none other than Lord Narayana or Vishnu. It is covered with mystery, who brought this deity and installed there. So it has been described through some legendary story that actually the deity we saw, the deity of Lord Venkateshwara or Tirupati Balaji we saw in the temple, was actually brought by Garuda, the divine vehicle of Vishnu. Garuda has been described to bring that deity. So we the devotees more or less know about Garuda. Garuda is the big, very big bird, carrier of Lord Vishnu. The very powerful vehicle, of Lord Vishnu, known as King of Birds, a huge bird, which can be flying for days and months, and also which is specially empowered by Lord Vishnu. So we know it's a very strong, powerful bird, being as the vehicle of Lord Vishnu, could not but be very, very strong and powerful bird in all respects. Not only physically strong, but also spiritually strong and powerful. Sometimes during some fighting we see, Garuda is almost not conquerable. So powerful. Lord Vishnu's weapon, Sudarshan Chakra, his vehicle, Garuda, they are known to be very, very strong and so powerful, almost unconquerable. Why I'm saying almost unconquerable? Because they can only be conquered when it is so desired by Lord. In other words, to serve any specific purpose, only the Supreme Lord desires, wills, in some way for them to be conquered by some other higher powers, okay, higher powers launched by them, only then only they can be conquered. Otherwise unconquerable. Garuda, Sudarshana, an unconquerable character, so blessed, so empowered by Lord Vishnu. So once upon a time, that Garuda, the mystically powerful carrier of Lord Vishnu, brought that deity. He actually brought that deity and put it in a hidden way on the top of mountain. Eventually that deity got covered with ants' hill. Repeat, deity got covered with ants' hill. In other words, deity somehow specially liked to live with the ants, live surrounded by the ants and all. Then at some point, some of the cowherd boys, playfully discovered that there are some very good-looking deity, very good-looking, mystically powerful deity, within the ants' hill. Then they at some point informed the king, Thandaman, some name, Thandaman, king. Then king with his team came over and took the deity out from the coverings of ant hill and very respectfully, great reverence, installed it primarily in a small place. Thereafter built this big temple we see. This big temple was built originally by the Thandaman king at that time. Later on, this temple structure developed more. Primarily, the deity was discovered and installed by the Thandaman king. He used to be the ruler of this area. With great reverence and devotion, he started worshipping this deity, feeling, sensing something of higher power, higher spiritual power, mystical power within it. This is the some facts behind the manifestation of Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan, the deity of Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan, or Lord Venkateshwara. But when the divine vehicle of Lord Vishnu brought this deity to this place and consecrated it, is not so much known. But we find the description of this deity of Lord Venkateshwara, Tirupati Balaji, and this Tirupati Devasthanam in Garuda Purana and Brahma Purana and some other Puranas. find the mentions, references of this Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan, Lord Venkateshwara. I repeat, some references found in Brahma Purana, Garuda Purana. Also, here and there in other Puranas, I also have to find out. So, this idol or this popular deity of Lord Vishnu, in other words, this great deity of Lord Venkateshwara or Tirupati Balaji is known to be the fulfiller of wishes, wish-fulfilling deities. Since a long time, for a very long time, for years, many people got their wish fulfilled by the blessings of this deity. So they came over and informed about their desire, certain specific desire, some wishes to the deity, and humbly prayed to him for fulfilling those wishes. And many of those wishes got fulfilled. This is one of the main reasons. So this deity of Lord Venkateshwara or Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan became very popular and raising so much faith among the local people, not only in local people, also many other people of India. Okay, they're raising and developing some special faith in the deity. The faith that if you be humbly praying for the grace of the deities, humbly praying for having the mercy of the deities, to have certain desires, some of your wishes fulfilled, it eventually gets fulfilled. But this is one of the main reasons we find so much faith in the population, in the public, all the people. Therefore they simply come to have darshan every day in thousands. Many people also come without special wishes, just to have darshan, just to have darshan and take the blessings of this wonderful deity of Lord Venkateshwara. They gathered there just to take darshana of the deity, knowing at heart, having faith in heart, that just by having most auspicious darshana, even the momentary darshan, even if the quick darshana, but just catching a glimpse, just seeing, having the darshan of this deity, even for a moment, would bring much auspiciousness in their life, make their life more improved and happy, sinless. People have such belief in them, and such belief and faith have got realistic grounds. That's what many people feel, their firm faith in that. in a subtle, okay, with a fine way. So they also say that deity itself maintains a specific degree of temperature in its body, a very mystical way, when the surroundings are so cool, because we all know they're situated up on the hill, up on the mountain. So naturally, there's a cool atmosphere during the winter, heavy winter season. It gets cold there. But the deity of Lord Venkateshwar, Tirupati Balaji, is found to be mystically maintaining certain temperature compared to the other surroundings. A mystical experience of the pujaris. The surroundings are cool, very cold. Deities heated up at some very healthy temperature. That's how experience of the devotees of the deity who are engaged in his service. Yes. So, back to the point, Lord Venkateshwara or Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan thus are gracing these localities, continue to be gracing, blessing many people, many people's life. Not only devotees' lives, but many general people's lives. People who come to have darshan of the deity, feel some special auspiciousness, certain special benedictions, something happening very nice, very auspicious in their lives. And like I mentioned, many people have firm faith and belief that when they humbly put a prayer, offer a prayer before the deity for fulfilling certain of their wishes, eventually it gets fulfilled in a mystical way. It may take time, but it becomes fulfilled. There are only a few temples in India which the presiding temple deities of which contain some special mystical power, and it is experienced by the people who come in contact, come to have darshan, doing service, offering service, doing meditation of those deity form, deity of the Supreme God Narayana or Krishna, and they receive some result in a subtle way, okay, tangible way or finely tangible way, grossly tangible manners, also finely, subtly tangible ways, both ways. So many people are found over such places coming here to offer some special worships, not only to take darshan or special worships after getting their desires fulfilled, because they promise to take, they vow to the Lord Venkateshwara, if his or her, if his or her desire gets fulfilled, they come back and make special puja, offer special puja. And many people come and they do it, thinking Lord listened to their prayer. The Lord Venkateshwara Tirupati Balaji listened to their prayers, fulfill their wishes. Now it is their duty to come back to offer special worships to this deity of Lord Venkateshwara. So although Lord Narayana deity cannot have parents, because he is the supreme father, mother, everything. Yet, this Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan also got a mother, her name is Bakula, and took services from her as her foster son. So again, it is covered with the mystery. When this deity was brought by Garuda and put over there, because when the Garuda brought the deity of Narayana, according to some legendary story, brought from Vaikuntha level, this deity of Lord Narayana, and then kept it in a hidden way, hide it in the forest on the top of mountain. At that time, there was no temple, nothing was there, it was just dense forest. It is said that following certain will of Lord Vishnu, following certain desire of Lord Vishnu, Garuda did that, consecrated a deity, beautiful deity in the forest. And then eventually it got covered by ant hill, and then it was discovered by some cowherd boys, duly informed to their king. King came over with his team, royal team, and discovered the deity there, and then king arranged a good accommodation for the deity. So firstly, he made a temporary accommodation for the deity to be worshipped, to be taken care of and worshipped regular way, and thereafter he built a big house, temple house for the deity, and then continued to be building very big, beautiful temple, what we saw there. So, the temple may not look so big, but it contained, by height and altitude, the temple itself is not that high, or its gopuram compared to other gopurams and temples in South India. But by standard and quality, this Tirupati temple, Tirupati Balaji temple excelled other temples here by special standard and qualities, and its atmosphere, holy surroundings. This temple is considered to be excelling many others. And after that king, Thandaman, something like Thandaman or Thandaiman, Chakravarti king. So he made the official installation and built the temple structure, very nice house for the residence of the deities. in other words temple. Then thereafter it continued to be more developed, and originally it was all built by the Thandaman king, Raj Chakraborty, the Thandaman Chakraborty. And then later on, because of many desires, many special desires of many rich people got fulfilled by this beautiful looking, mystically powerful deity. So those rich people continued donating. They continued donating lakhs and lakhs, even their jewelry and their golds, jewelries, in the service of the deity, because they could directly feel, directly experience something wonderful, something special with this deity of Lord Venkateshwara, Tirupati Balaji. So they felt so devoted, they felt so much respectful, they felt special urge to be donating a lot with the heart's desire to be donating lot of riches, golds in the service of Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan. And that's how, with the donations of his devotees, eventually this temple got very rich. One of the richest Vedic temples, Sanatana Dharma temples in India, probably in the world. I repeat, one of the richest Sanatana Dharma temples in India and over the world too. So now, yes.
When Lord Chaitanya traveled to South India, did any of our acharyas commented on these temples, or how Gaudiya Vaishnavas took those details?
Yes, when the Lord Chaitanya visited this Tirumalai temple, it has been referred, it has been already mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, also Chaitanya Bhagavatam, brief way. And like his normal way, after coming here, having this beautiful deity, having the darshan of the beautiful deity, he absorbed into spontaneous dancing and singing, before this wonderful deity of Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan. So, Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan has been viewed by Lord Chaitanya as directly Krishna, likewise as he related to the deity of Lord Jagannath in Puri. He related to Lord Jagannath deity in Puri as directly a Lord of Vrindavana, Krishna of Vrindavana. In a very similar way, he also viewed this deity of Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan as a Lord Krishna of Braja, but it's not really described so much. So sometimes he related to such deity as Lord Narayana Vishnu, but in always close relation with Krishna. The way Lord Chaitanya saw the deity of Swami Ranganathan in Sri Rangam and Tirupati Balaji, both primarily as Lord Vishnu. No doubt about related to them as Lord Vishnu deity.
This what she was.
We also went, but now I'm talking about two Vishnu temples, Srirangam and Tirupati Balaji. Okay. So he primarily fundamentally related to both the deities, Swami Ranganathan, Srirangam temple, and this Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan as deity of Lord Vishnu. But wherever Mahaprabhu went to see Vishnu deities, he always saw Krishna in the Vishnu deities, nothing but that. Essentially, everywhere. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was fundamentally interested, completely interested to be directly relating with Krishna through Narayana rather than relating to Vishnu deities as Lord Narayana. So that was one of Lord Chaitanya's special characteristics. While he viewed Shiva temple, Shiva deity, he viewed those Shiva deities, Shiva Lingam, and the other way, he related to those deities as foremost of the devotees of Krishna in that way, Vaishnava Guru Ganna Mahadeva. So his mood was different. While he was visiting the deities of Lord Shiva at different places in South India, he respected Lord Shiva deity as Lord Shiva, as a foremost great devotee of Krishna, Narayana, in that mood. Sometimes non-different extension of Lord Narayana or Krishna, that was the mood. So definitely he fully respected, he gave full respects to Lord Shiva deity everywhere, but as the foremost devotee, one of the greatest, foremost Vaishnavas, devotees of Narayana or Krishna, that was the mood. But the quality of respect he gave to all the Vishnu deities, different from Krishna, was as God. To Shiva, the kind of respect he showed as incarnation of Lord Vishnu, or extended self of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, as whether in Srirangam, or this in Tirupati, Tirumalai. Okay, see, Swami Ranganathan deity or Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan as Lord, Supreme Lord. The way Mahaprabhu respected them as Supreme Lord himself. And he actually offered all his respectful worships to Krishna through the deity of Narayana. That was Mahaprabhu's special characteristic. So whenever it is found that Mahaprabhu sang and danced, in ecstatic devotion before these Vishnu idols, he primarily related to them as Lord Vishnu, but finally, or deeperly, or innerly, he related to them as Krishna. Non-difference. In non-difference. Very similar way as he related to Lord Jagannatha deity in Puri. Of course, Lord Jagannatha deity in Puri is directly Krishna, no doubt, Darokesha Krishna. Vaisharja mood. But here in Narayana mood, But that was Mahaprabhu's special characteristics related to all Narayana deity as Krishna in non-difference. And therefore he came. He came to be visiting these pilgrimage places more than one time, felt so much joy, full of divine delights, blissfulness we find. And Mahaprabhu always chose to be staying in the houses of Brahmanas, high-class Brahmanas, who are following lifestyle in the mode of goodness, pure goodness, Sattik, for following all the Sattik practices. So he always used to be staying in the houses of high-class Sattik Brahmana. Everywhere he stayed, average like 2 to 3 days, average, or 4 days, absorbed in a divine ecstatic mood, ecstatic love of Krishna, or in relation to Krishna everywhere. Because in those days, the places of Vrindavana got covered up. Then after Mahaprabhu visited Vrindavana, he indicated discovering few pastime places therein. First Mahaprabhu indicated Radha Kunda and Shyama Kunda by taking the water from the agricultural land. It was all converted into kind of agricultural land at that time. The places for Shyama Kunda, Radha Kunda. Mahaprabhu just took their water on head, indicating that was Radha Kunda, that is Shyama Kunda. Except for Giriraj Govardhana place. Other places in Braja got covered up in course of time. Then Mahaprabhu rested. He gave the responsibility to the 6 Goswamis to rediscover the Lupta Tirtha, unearth the holy pastime places of Prakrita Jugala, divine couple Radha Krishna, in the land of Braja. So later on, by directly inspired and empowered by Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya Dev, it was actually 6 Goswamis mainly who rediscovered and reintroduced and promoted most of these holy places in Braja, in Vrindavan, what we see today. They specially rediscovered and specially marked those Leela Sthalis, Leela places in Vrindavan, in Brajamandala. From that time onward, all these Leela Sthalis, the places of the holy pastimes of divine couple, started being again worshipped very prominently. So why I'm saying all, Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan one time. One time, yes. As far as I remember. Once he went to Vrindavan, indicated to many holy places, and then finally gave responsibility to 6 Goswamis to do their duty, to do that holy duty, to rediscover on earth all the holy Leela Sthalis, the pastimes of Radha Krishna there in details, and that's what they did. So Mahaprabhu found Krishna being worshipped other places, now Jagannath Puri, happening in South India, or in Jagannath Puri, or Sakshi Gopal, Alalnath, Hirchara Gopinath, or Shiva temple, he found that in Lingaraj Bhuvaneshwara. He found many temples, Vishnu temples, Shiva temples in South India going on. Love to be continuing to be staying, living in the Jagannath Puri Dham. Because one of the main reasons that Lord Jagannath, means Lord Krishna, was being so prominently worshipped in Puri Dham compared to Siddham Vrindavana in a manifest way at that time. এই ছয় গোসাই জবে ব্রজে কইলা বাস, ব্রজে রাধা কৃষ্ণ নিত্য লীলা করিলা প্রকাশ. Find that reference in the song, the last portion of the song, Hari Haraya Namo Krishna Jadavaya Namo. The Lupta Tirtha Uddhar, unearthing those holy places of the Leela of Radha Krishna, which were covered, hidden during the course of time. So that holy duty was done by the six Goswamis, empowered by Mahaprabhu. So because the readily available temples, temple worshippings are not available in Vrindavan Dham, whereas they are available in Jagannath Puri and in South Indian places, many South Indian places. So Mahaprabhu preferred to be, also one of the reasons he preferred to be staying in Jagannath Puri Dham and came to South India pilgrimage and spent many days, on holy parikrama, Dakshinatta Tirtha Parikrama, doing parikrama, the pilgrimage tour in the South India. So Mahaprabhu found same Lord Krishna being worshipped in Jagannath Puri, so grandly being worshipped in Jagannath Puri. Also some temples of the South India, such as Srirangapattanam, Srirangam, Tirumalai, in Tirupati, also Rameswaram, Shiva, connected with Leela of Ramachandra. So Mahaprabhu came to have darshan of Rameswara, not only just for Shiva, but came to feel into the Leela of Ramachandra. He himself was Ramachandra. He was posing a different role, posing a different way as Lord Gauranga. So he came to his own places. Mahaprabhu, Lord Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya came to his own places, the places imbued with his own Leela, somewhere as Ramachandra, somewhere as Narayana, Vishnu, somewhere as Krishna. He also visited several Krishna temples in South India directly. So he visited Jiyar Nrsimha, Rai Ramananda Sangbad manifested in Kavur, on the banks of Godavari river. So we find a big list of Mahaprabhu's pilgrimage tour all over South India, in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Chaitanya Bhagavad. One after another, big list. Like in details. Mahaprabhu hardly skipped any of the holy pilgrimage places connected to Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana or Krishna, Ramachandra, Shiva. He visited all. blessed, graced all those pilgrimage places. When Mahaprabhu visited them, not that he visited them, did parikrama to become blessed, but he actually graced. He was gracing those pilgrimage places, making it more sanctified, more auspicious, more spiritually empowered, more blessed by his own visits. That was also another great purpose of his pilgrimage tour. Tirthi kurbanti tirthani santasthena gadapita. Even the pure devotees of Lord, who are always holding, carrying Lord Govinda, Lord Gadadhara, Narayana or Krishna in their heart, make all the pilgrimage places more sanctified, more holy, more empowered with higher divinity, empower them with higher divine power by their presence, because the tirthas also become alive with such presence of the pure devotees of the Lord while they take pilgrimage tour. Then what to speak more of while the Supreme Lord himself, or at least the great incarnation of the divine couple himself, are places of his own Leela, imbued with so much sweet memories of Leela. He wanted to be blessing those Brahmanas in whose residence he stayed and took prasadam from their house. He blessed all the conditioned jiva souls, general public, whoever came in contact with Lord Chaitanya at that time. Just coming in contact with his divine presence, divinity, divine character, they all felt directly affected. Blessed, tasted Krishna Prema. And he also spoke to many deities. He also directly spoke, related to many deities whom he visited. The deities are also very glad, very joyful after having darshan of Mahaprabhu. Not only Mahaprabhu was so happy and blissful upon visiting, having darshan of these beautiful deities like Swami Ranganathan, Tirupati Balaji, Bhagavan Lord Venkateshwara, or Rameshwaram. These are. Not only Mahaprabhu was so happy seeing them, but the deities came alive. They did not remain in just deity form. They also came alive and directly reciprocated with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu and them, they had some mutual time spending, reciprocations with each other. In this way, it was all mystical experiences, mystical pastimes of Lord Chaitanya during his pilgrimage tour over South India. And some, besides relating to the deities, presiding temple deities, he also had so much interactions, exchanges of siddhantas and interactions with different devotees, different scholars at different places, and also influenced them, very positively influenced those scholars and devotees from different lineages, Vishnu lineage, Sri Sampradaya lineage, Shaivite, Shiva lineage. He influenced them so positively with Krishna consciousness. Because in South India, we do not find very many Krishna deities or Krishna worshippings. Mostly Lord Narayana, Shiva, Kartika, Ganesha, Amanji, Durga. Okay, not Krishna deities not by great number. There are, like Parthasarathi and few others, there are, but not great in number compared to Shiva temples, Vishnu temples, Amanji temples, Amanji Durga temples. They worship Kartika Skanda, the son of Mother Durga, son of Hara Parvati Kartikeya, Ganesha, another son, Lakshmi Saraswati. Okay. Krishna is more widely worshipped in the UP region, northern part of India mostly. Of course, in Bengal after Mahaprabhu's movement. Okay, so today, due to Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's very dynamic preaching, dynamic propagation of Krishna consciousness, now Radha Krishna deity being worshipped all over the world. Now it spread it all over India, all over the world. But I'm talking from the ancient time, the older days. But Sriman Mahaprabhu was one of the very first and foremost, very influential, godly personality who came to South India, who came for holy South Indian pilgrimage tour to satisfy many purposes, to revive Krishna consciousness, pure mood of Krishna consciousness with his pilgrimage tour. That was Mahaprabhu's motto, aim. The Mahaprabhu's true aim and motto. To be reviving or remanifesting movement of Krishna consciousness, worshipping Lord Krishna, okay, in South Indian places. But wherever Lord Chaitanya went, whatever temple Lord Chaitanya went, okay, in South India, whichever temple he went for Darshana, everybody received him very well. Everybody received him with so much respect, loving appreciations. All temples, whether Vishnu temples or Shiva temples or Durga temple, everywhere. Because of his godly, because of his godly, how do you say, godly countenance, his godly aura, godly, effects. Okay, his godly figure, form, beauty, godly qualities and godly consciousness. Okay, why? Of Lord Chaitanya. Everybody felt reverence. Okay, more or less great reverence and loving appreciation during Mahaprabhu's this South Indian pilgrimage tour visits here. And everybody understood that he was a great Vaishnava Sannyasi. Even Saivites also understood that. But they well respected Mahaprabhu. Didn't think, oh, he's not from our lineage, he's not Shiva Bhakta, or he's the Bhakta of Narayana or Krishna. Why should we receive him well? It's not like that. Except a very few unfortunate people, like Bhattathari or others, a few Bauddha lineage, Bauddha Sampradaya society. All the other devotees from all other lineages gave well reception, received Mahaprabhu very well, welcomed Mahaprabhu with so much appreciation, adoration, reverence everywhere. And they simply, the temple residents, temple pujaris, the temple pujaris, devotees, whether from Srirangam, Swami Ranganathan temple, or Tirumalai, Tirupati Balaji, or Rameswaram, or other places, okay, Trimalla, Jior Nishingha, other places, also enjoyed. They very respectfully appreciated Mahaprabhu's chanting and dancings, crying, his divinity, all his divine exhibitions, divinely exhibitions, okay, characters, which they never saw before. So they are all wonderstruck, divinely wonderstruck, divinely struck with some mystical, blissful experience with Lord Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence. So, therefore, thereby many people of the South India became directly Krishna devotees, okay, blessed by Lord Chaitanya. They all directly converted to devotees of Krishna by the power of Lord Chaitanya's blessings and willpower working in favor of them. Mahaprabhu had very nice discussions with Venkata Bhatta in Srirangam, we know. Lakshmi Thakurani, Krishna's Rasa Lila, Lakshmi Thakurani, and why Lakshmi Thakurani could not have entrance. In a joking style, amusing, joking, in his own beautiful style, he engaged in discussion with Venkat Bhatta there. Venkat Bhatta, who was staunch, firm, most adherent follower of Lakshmi Narayan, not directly Krishna. Mahaprabhu enjoyed him. After all, devotee of the same Lord, whether devotee of Lord Narayana or Ramachandra or Krishna, basically they are the devotees of the same Lord ultimately, same Supreme Lord, in following his different forms, different Leela, lineage. Okay. So Mahaprabhu was very happy, enjoying them, but then in a curious, sometimes a bit naughty way, not only playful way, curiously playful way, Mahaprabhu started discussing with them. The Lord Krishna, worshipping Krishna, and Krishna Leela is greater than, has got greater qualities than Lord Narayana Leela. In other words, Mahaprabhu began to be discussing, to be presenting about Lord Krishna, Srimati Radharani, in a way that, see, the nature of Krishna Leela, Radha Krishna Leela, are of greater quality, greater level compared to same Lord's Leela in the form of Narayana or Ramachandra. The same Lord, same Lakshmi Narayana Tattva, the Radha Krishna, Sita Ramachandra, Lakshmi Narayana. Basically same Tattva, different forms, different levels, different types of the Leela. Mahaprabhu, the way Mahaprabhu discussed and introduced Krishna consciousness in the South Indian field, like bridging, harmonizing, creating bridge, okay, making a bridge between Narayana Leela, Ramachandra Leela, Krishna Leela, by some ways of his discussions, unifying. Mahaprabhu was doing a great favor to many, many devotees, unifying all their worships together. Worships of Lord Narayana, worship of Lord Ramachandra, worships of Lord Krishna. Unified all of them together. And also accommodated Lord Shiva in different levels, but in close relation with Narayana and Krishna. So he expressed his gratitude and respect to Lord Shiva, going to the Rameswaram, also to Ramachandra. Setubandha, remembering the Setubandha Leela in the Rameswaram. Anyway, another point, one of the practical points coming in my mind, which might require some explanation. Like, sometimes we may wonder if while we are going to have darshan of the temple deities, lined up for hours and hours, and then finally catching a quick glimpse of a stone-made deity like that. So question may naturally arise. A question may normally arise in the mind. Taking so much austerity, austerity and penance, waiting in the line, standing or sitting for hours just to take a little darshan of a stone-made deity. Is it worth? Okay, whole temple structure, big area, big temple buildings and everything built up in the honor of just a little stone-made deity. Directly we don't feel anything. Okay, so what? We just caught a glimpse of a nice looking but stone-carved deity. But around that deity, whole temple building structure, whole temple area, all so many devotees lined up for hours, taking darshan, are so eager. What a big deal. It might be a strong belief system, kind of superstitious strong belief system. What they get? Apparently they don't get anything. Question may arise. Finally, we are not seeing anything very wonderful, something very gorgeous, very attractive, just looking at a stone-made deity in half darkness. Okay, there's no proper light inside. Often that question can arise in the mind of the normal people. But it has to be understood in different dynamic. The answer to this question has to be understood through different dimensions of knowledge and understanding. Okay, different attunement of understanding, frequency of understanding. It's not just around all our endeavor, standing in the line for hours. Okay, some are so hot, some are little comfortable arrangement now. Previously it used to be more austere. Okay, traveling all the way along, go there and waiting, taking some austerity. Just all these we are doing just to look at the deity, one small black color stone-made deity, just for a moment and coming back. Why it is so important? And why so big temple structure is created only for that presiding deity. Around that deity, the central point, what's the big deal? Materially. So such question will be arising in mind from the material level of vision. Material level of vision. Material level of perception. Normally. But while we look into this, we feel, we view into this from a higher frequency, higher spiritual frequency, spiritual dimensions, then we can feel the actual reason. We can find, feel and experience real answer to this. It's not apparently the stone-made idol form of the deity. It is because of his many years glorious presence there, and many mystical things happened in relation to the deities. There are many mystical actual things. But a mystical reality is manifested around or from, the mystical presence of that deity. Some wishes got fulfilled. Some mystical things happen time to time, directly connecting, which are connected to the deity form. And when the same deity has been worshipped by some great pure saints, pure devotees, so then that also created a special historical glory around that deity being worshipped, who got worshipped by great saints, realized saints, some great saints and pure devotees with mystical power in the ancient times. And many times, or I would say starting from the ancient time, many times, at least many times, some wonderful mystical things manifested, happened, connecting to the deity, from that deity. Although this apparently looks to be a stone-made, black color stone-made, or stone-carved deity. And that deity also appeared in dream of many selected persons. Deity manifested something mystical to the pujaris time to time. Deity fulfills wishes, many wishes of the people, therefore people are so eager. This is reality. We find that in reality so many people, everyday life, so eager to catch a glimpse of the view of Tirupati Balaji or Sri Swami Ranganathan. They are coming, even many of the poor people coming, standing in the line for free darshana. Some who have little monetary strength paying money, paying for ticket and waiting for darshana in a more or less peaceful way. Every day thousands of people coming. Why? They are not going anywhere else. And also one of the temperaments of the people are that, because they are not all great devotees or dedicated saintly people, that they will come out of duty, out of their vow, out of their holy vows, to be every day worshipping Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. They are not that kind of people, just normal people from the society. Most of the crowd we find in these temples, just normal general public. They are not officially devotees also. Maybe Shakama devotees, no Niskama devotees. Devotees, kind of devotees with so many desires in their mind to get fulfilled by the blessings of the deity. But whatever way, They are gathering every day. They are gathering in thousands and waiting in the line for hours, taking austerity, and just to catch a glimpse, taking little darshan and feeling satisfied with that only, that much. Offering worships also. Many of them come regularly without becoming official devotees. They come regularly because they have got such faith. Why they have got such faith? They receive something directly or indirectly through others' experience about the deity. They mystically they receive something. Therefore, they are believing in that. Therefore, they are having that much faith, and they are happy to make sacrifice, sacrificing their work, their job, their time, and coming to have darshan of the deity, standing hours in the line by paying money. Why? There's some realistic reasons are there, not just only imaginary belief system, some sort of false imaginary belief system. There is something. There must be something. Some reality is there. Okay. And many of these people believe in mystical spirituality, spiritual mysticism, and they hope, they believe in that one day at some moment they will be feeling something mystical from Balaji, Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan, as they continue to dedicate, continue to be dedicating faithfully. One day it will happen. They have got that firm faith, and happy. Therefore, they are taking darshan in a so happy way. That way. Nobody is forcing them. No, this is not mandatory, not socially mandatory or rule for this public. People in thousands every day, they have to come and they have to take darshan, taking some penance for that. They're coming out of their own accord, on their own sweet wills, on their own spontaneous desire, great eagerness, urge, on their own deep urge they are coming to have darshan, to be in temple premises and have darshan of the deity, and feels just even if they caught a glimpse of the darshan momentary, still is enough. That can be even so beneficial, can be so benedicting and auspicious in their life. So these people consider it like some outlet. For example, electricity is everywhere. Electromagnetic power, electricity is everywhere in a subtle way. The whole surroundings, in the atmosphere, in the wind, in the space. But we do not connect to the electrical power from everywhere. So, what if there are some electrical outlets? So we derive some power from the specific electrical outlets. There are some like mobile tower, electricity outlets, mobile towers, so they are like centers where from we derive power. Relate. Although electricity and electromagnetic force working everywhere, but we cannot connect. Somewhat like radio frequency, television frequency. In a similar way, people believe, devotees, what to speak more of the devotees, great devotees do believe, even the public, normal people of the society also believe. They have grown such faith and realistic belief. These are like spiritual power outlets. God is everywhere through omniscience, omnipresence. I repeat, through his characters, through his characters of omniscience, omnipresence, he is everywhere. But yet, like electricity, like electromagnetic power and some cosmic energy, but yet we have some outlets, create some outlets of them where it is concentrated, or where from it is quite easy to receive that power and connection from those outlets. So these temples and temple deities are considered like some spiritual outlets in front of, before this public, general public. Okay. And this is going on for years. Ancient time, from years, not for 1 or 2 days and closed. It has been coming down, it has been flowing throughout the years, thousands of years. Okay. This temple worshipping, the worshipping of these temple deities, this pilgrimage visits continuing throughout the years, thousands of years. So, when I say thousands of years, maybe, okay, I can say more than thousands of, when I say 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 years ago, it is thousands too in that way. Few thousands of years. And without stoppage, continuing. Sometimes for mystical reasons, some stoppage is there. Tirupati Balaji Mandir was also closed for some years. Then it again started. It is said, legendary says, due to some curse of a saint, the God will not accept his worships until he has proper atonement for his sinful activity. The saint who built up this temple, got somehow engaged in some sinful activities, killing some innocent, killing like 10 to 12 innocent human beings. And saint got angry, cursed the king, and also kind of curse that God will not, Venkateshwara will not accept any worshipping, any service. Temple will remain closed until that king rectifies, purifies through proper atonement for their sinful activities. And then thereafter, after the king had the proper atonement and everything, then it got reopened. So exceptions are there, but otherwise all these temple activities, worshipping of the deities, presiding deities of all these temples and their lineage, all continuing throughout the years. Thousands of years. Something is there. Not just idol. It's not just idol worshipping or looking at a deity and deity, what's idol or some statue worshipping, but it's a deity worshipping. There is a lot of difference. A lot of difference between idol worshipping and deity worshipping. Okay, they are worshipping the deity, deities of Supreme Lord, some way, some deities of Supreme Lord as manifested on this earth at some point of time in the past, which has got so much history, spiritual history of Leela and mystical characteristics, mystical manifestations and many happenings connecting to that deity. They are closely related to that deity. So it became much more than just idol, as we apparently see. Okay, as we apparently look. Much more than that. So that's the real reason. So while we are having darshan of the deity of Tirupati Balaji or Swami Ranganathan, our mind has to be properly set. We have to do it with proper spiritual mind setup. Therefore, sometimes Mahajanas said, you have to see through the ear by hearing. You cannot see directly see through your eyes. You won't understand anything, you don't know how to see. But while you see, look at a deity, you see into the realities of spiritual world by hearing. Through hearing Harikatha, taking education through Harikatha, and be properly in tune with proper frequency, then thereafter you look, you take darshana, it will be more proper darshana. Sruteikshita patha. Okay, Sruteikshita patha. The path of God realization through the path of hearing. Hearing from the great sadhus, realized souls, saints. That's why he said. So, while the great devotees, and besides even the ordinary public coming to have darshana of the deity of Tirupati Balaji or Swami Ranganathan like that, or Rameswaram Shiva, they are not just coming to only take a look to an idol, apparently looking a small size, okay, apparently limited within a certain size, black color stone. It's a big deal, but they're actually looking at something much more than just an idol or statue. Deity. That is deity consciousness. More than holy stone. The deity conception is much more than worshipping or looking at a holy stone. Because that deity is imbued so much spiritual memories, some mystical, spiritual memories and power and some exhibitions throughout the years, and the people know about. They believe in that, and also they directly experience that many of their wishes get fulfilled. Therefore, you can find many of the people are coming back, giving up, they're offering their hair, something they like. They have to sacrifice for Tirupati Balaji. It's like token. It's like a gesture. Giving a token to Balaji or making a gesture. I can sacrifice something which I consider very beautiful. I cannot live my life without. Even the ladies, even the young, beautiful ladies. I don't talk about the old class or ugly looking ladies. The fully young, most beautiful looking, gorgeous looking ladies who cannot imagine, to live without hair, because they take care of their hair so nice way, caress their hair, spend lot of time and money after hair dressing and all. So they promise, they take a vow, if such and such of my desire get fulfilled by your blessings, my Lord, I will come here and offer my hair. I'll shave my head. Sometimes you can find that kind of young girls, very beautiful girls. And nobody looks down upon that one. People respect when they see some young, beautiful girl, wonderfully beautiful looking girl sacrificed all the, well taken, all the valuable hairs, part of her beauty, for the Lord, for the sake of Lord, and looking bald-headed. Sometimes they openly walk without using any cap or anything. No shyness. I'm doing for the Lord. Feel proud. Feel proud about that. I sacrifice something what I consider truly beautiful and very valuable for me. But I cannot live without. Sacrifice that for my Lord. The Lord will understand. One can easily sacrifice something which is not so essential in life, not so valuable. But when one sacrifices something which he or she considers very valuable, very essential, almost doesn't like to live life without that, then it is something. It says something to Lord. giving him the message, you are my Lord, I can do everything for you. Look at me, I'm happily sacrificing something I truly value, something I'm so attached to it. So besides giving gold and jewelry, they also sacrifice the beautiful hair, okay, and other things, do worshipping. Time to time, many of those people sponsoring, many of the solvent rich people sponsoring flower bouquet, how do you call it? Bouquet. Everyday service, where you see full of decorated with flowers, flower garlands everywhere, huge amount of prasadam every day. They are big sponsors for that. They sponsor by team of devotees or individually or collectively. They sponsor all those services. Many of those services are not born, not carried directly from temple funds. All sponsored by rich, theistic people who have so much regard and loving appreciation and devotion for Tirupati Balaji, Bhagavan. See? So when we look into the deity of Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan, through such consciousness, through such knowledge, some realization of certain realities, mystical realities about him, then we can have some proper darshan. Okay, we can have some darshan more internal way rather than through extroverted way. We'll see nothing. Just through external extroverted way without proper knowledge and proper feelings, proper mood, higher devotional mood, we'll get nothing. We won't get anything. Then only such question will arise in mind. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Just after spending hours, spending money and taking whole day, just only taking darshan or looking at one deity only, idle for a moment. What's the big deal? Why we should come? That kind of question arises in mind because of inexperience, because of inability, shortage of proper vision, proper way of how to look at, how to view it. So in the spiritual world, many things are like that, many ways like that. Apparently we see many ritual activities. Dang, dang, dang. Ooh. Okay. Arati. All apparent ritual activities. But they are not everything. They are like some languages. Like body languages. Some sound languages. Rituals are like that. But which is presented through those ritual activities. The inner bhava, that is more important. That is the real worshipping. That's real spiritual connection. Not just external, material type of just some ritual, formal ritual activities. Okay. So outer form and the real life inside. Big computer with nice frame, but no life inside, not working, no value. Yeah. This fridge, looking good, but if it doesn't do its work, this fridge has no value. Although form, it is looking so nice. In a formal way, it's looking like refrigerator. Nice form. It doesn't do its work, it has no value. So mere form is not everything. Form is there to support the essence. Form is there, formal ritual ways of worshipping, doing things are necessary to support and promote the real essence inside it. Okay? That's why the forms are required. So ordinarily people will think, what is big deal with all these rituals, showing incense and showing deepa and doing dang 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 and so boring, so monotonous. So because they just see, it's just dry formal ritualistic activities. Cultural, only just cultural. But these are certain ways, like languages. No matter how a language sounds formally, if it doesn't mean, if it cannot transmit the thoughts, our understanding, language has no value. Does it have? No. It becomes dead language. Sometimes we call some languages a dead language because nobody speaks, nobody understands. Just some jungle of sounds, jungle of arts of pronunciation, some articulations, accents. Nobody understands nothing, so it means nothing. Dead language. Whereas the other languages, okay, it's not just jungle of sounds or different types of articulations mechanically created by tongue or our vocal cord. It's not just that. Why it is so valid, so valuable? Because it is transmitting so much thoughts, feelings through it. It's a carrier, it's a vehicle, conductor. Therefore languages are so valuable. A similar way, all these rituals, cultural rituals, okay, different kinds, different qualities, like that, like languages. I repeat, all these different types of religious rituals, different sampradayas, different religious lineage, traditions, all like different types of languages, different types of arts of doing real things of life. See, even your gesture and posture, body language becoming so meaningful. If one doesn't understand, you see, what? Oh, what's the big deal? What is that? What is that? It means nothing. It's just this, that. Meaningless. One doesn't understand. Different postures of the body, gesture and posture. But when one understands, they're so meaningful. See, sounds are so powerful. Apparently just sounds. People get angry and they enjoy so much, they get angry, they become so happy, they become so elated, happiness just by different languages, different talks, different words, so subtle. Apparently, those sound vibrations are not hitting you or tearing you apart or killing you like that, just sounds. There are some heavy sounds which can make you cry and feel angry and frustrated, even lead you to commit suicide. The sounds, so powerful. The same sounds can make you so happy and make you feel so wonderful, uplifted. Just some words, ways of words, certain languages, so it contains so much power. Subtle way. See, sometimes one doesn't need to hammer one and kill one. Hammering or putting knife. Just by sharp language one can hit somebody. Wound someone so badly. Wounding, creating wound to the heart so badly. No less than physical injury. Isn't it? No less than physical injury. Yes. Sometimes we are not so disturbed with some physical injury we can easily take. We cannot take while get deeply wounded in heart, feel devastated, feel like dying, don't want to live life, so pained, devastated and helpless while getting wounded by heart. Such a deep injury, deep wound, compared to even breaking of legs or breaking of hands. Still people can live happily. But if wounded from the depth of heart, you don't feel like living. So much pain. See how subtle realities work in such subtle ways. Yes, you are going to ask something.
Just curious, this Vrindavan Balaji story.
There has been some history of serving prasadam, distributing prasadam, okay, by tradition, age-old tradition from Balaji temple. Now, it was not that they have been, that they have been only offering laddus from the beginning. Not that, some other prasadam, but sweet, one of the items. But there used to be some other prasadam also given to the people, the pilgrims, prasadam, the blessings of Balaji. But later on they started only laddu, very tasteful, delicious laddu. They make it brief, because brief for them, more easily manageable. But laddu is so rich, one cannot eat so much, only little at a time. And you digested the whole blessings? Great. Oh, you absorbed the whole blessings to digestion. Good. Yes. Expensive and also it's pride in ghee, pure ghee. Ghee, of course. Better to, for the normal devotees, better to eat little bit at a time. At a time, little bit after full meal of prasadam, then it's okay. Krishna. Alright, so I'm putting my Harikatha to rest over here. Jai Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan ki Jai. Jai. All glories to Lord Venkateshwara ki Jai. Jai Lord. Jai Sri Venkateshwara Bhagavan ki Jai. Tirupati Balaji Bhagavan ki Jai. Jai Shaparshat Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Bhagavan Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Saparika Radha Krishna Chandra Jiu ki Jai. Jai Samasta Guru Varga ki Jai. Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.